So welcome everyone to the Successful Relationships podcast. My name is Gabriel Konrad and I am a practicing psychotherapist, and I have been in the business of treating and healing people for a very long time, since I qualified way back about 30 years ago. And what I'm offering in this series is a map of the terrain of what a relationship can be at its very best. And that in order to achieve that, you have to have certain requirements. You have to discover for yourself what your requirements are. And you may not know that you can even have a requirement. Some people think, really? I just thought... I just was attracted to the person, and then before we knew where we were in a relationship. Well, actually, that may work, but it may not work. Whereas my approach is more forensic. You know that you've got a requirement, you discover what it is, and then you look for that in your potential partner, or it could even be in your business, work, and family arena, that you're looking for these qualities because you know that that's going to make the relationship work for you. So I do hope that you enjoy the podcast, and we welcome, of course, feedback and your comments. And if you like, then please do like and subscribe and get in touch with us. And the book will be out very soon. And please do enjoy this episode with another wonderful guest. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Successful Relationships podcast, today's episode. And I'm joined today by Kasia, who is a friend, and we have in common the fact that we both are under the sign of Taurus. In fact, not only that, but our birthdays are only 2 days apart. And I don't know much about astrology, but I know that Taurus people are very easily recognizable, have very specific traits. And in fact, I was with Kasia the other day, and we met a guy who is a real astrologer. And he, within a few moments, asked me whether I was a Taurus. And I was quite surprised that he could tell so immediately. So I said, yeah, I am. And it was very funny because we were all three, the astrologer, Kasia and myself, we're all Tauruses. And so that is why we get on and we understand each other. What would you think of that?
Yeah, it was so funny situation. So basically, hi, my name is Kasia. It's really nice to be here with you and talk about this. Yeah, the situation was like quite a long time ago, and it was so funny. Like my friend, he recognized him as a Taurus, like in 1 sec.
It was
because
extraordinary.
of your action, you know, you act like a Taurus, like a Taurus, and was like really, should we ask him? So that's the way we met up.
Yeah. So today we're going to explore the three themes that are the pillars of my book, Successful Relationships, your part in evolution. And the first pillar is based on the idea that in order to really have the foundation of a successful relationship, each party in the relationship must be open to helping the other with the accumulated experiences, memories, and traumas even that they've been through over the years to get to the point that they meet. And what tends to happen is that one party is open to this and is known as the fixer of the relationship, and the other party is being fixed and doesn't really want to do anything other than be passive and doesn't want to help the fixer. But we can talk about that a little later. And the second part, the second pillar of the book, is based around the idea that if you really want to have a successful relationship that works long term, that you need not only to be staring into each other's eyes and being very loving and supportive and all of that, which is obviously necessary. But you need to somehow focus your relationship on something external, some project, as I call it, something that binds you together apart from the two of you. And if you have that, that enriches the relationship, makes it work better. And I will be discussing some of these points with other guests in other podcasts. And the third pillar, which is where we're going to start this time, is that you want to present your true self. Because if you don't really present yourself, if you're putting on a mask or a front to try and impress the other person that you're a certain way, then at some point that mask is going to slip. And that the person who thought you were a certain way realizes you're not like that. So this presentation of self, as it's known in psychology and sociology, is where we're going to start with this discussion with Kasia. And it came to me that because she's so lovely, so very beautiful, that men would see that rather than see her. And I put this to her. And what was your response when I told you this for the first time?
So it's quite annoying when the guys approach me just to see my body, don't want to see my personality. And yeah, but most of the time, as you said, we wear the mask.
At the beginning of every relationship, we all wear masks.
Yeah.
It's a natural. We all want to impress. We want to be liked. We want to be loved.
Yeah.
And I said to you, well, you don't need to worry about that because you're so lovely. Everyone's going to fall in love with you straight away.
No, it's not that.
So you don't need to make any effort. You can come in your dirty clothes. It makes no difference. They're going to love you. Isn't that true?
For some point, yes, but it's not for long term. It's just for the short time. It depends who you attract with them. You know, if I expect to meet a guy who's gonna be really interesting of me, of myself, who I am, then maybe he will stay with me. But if he's only interesting about how I look like,
Okay.
to take me out for one dinner, for two dinners, they're gonna be gone quickly. So it's really hard to be make some effort to just get to know the other person for me. So that the most of the people just wear the mask. For even me, I wear the mask to protect myself. So
Sure.
I just keep the distance of the guys,
Right.
and I'm not myself. And maybe that's the point that I can go for long-term relationship right now.
So let me take you up on that because it's something that I ask people in this kind of context is, well, tell me about yourself. Tell me about the real Kasia. What's she really like? Have a go. Try. Just sit with it for a minute. Just feel the question. What do you really like? Don't answer with your mind. Answer with your heart, with your being. Just take a moment.
I think so. The people see me completely different than who I am,
Okay.
because they think I'm very strong, independent woman, that I can handle everything. But the truth is, I'm not really like that. I'm very soft, very sensitive person, very empathic, and I just feel much more harder when someone wants to hurt me than the other people think. So in the end, I need to put the mask, like I'm a very strong person, I can handle that, I can go for it, I'm not gonna be cry at home or something like that. It's so hard, but it's true. Most of the time I'm going home to cry, you know.
Well, this is really interesting because
Yeah.
you are colluding in a way with the projection of the person you're with. So you are not showing them that soft, vulnerable side. You're actually showing them this strong woman side. It's not
I
quite.
have to.
You have to. I also think that you, in a strange, ironic way, you use your beauty also
That's true.
as a mask because you don't hide that. You really put that out there because then you can be sure, I think, that they're going to love you. Because you know that's like a hook.
It's like a hug, but most of the time I'm sabotage myself.
Okay.
If you know what I mean, it's like.
Well, tell me more.
Yeah, it's so. The people see me like I'm very confident, beautiful woman, but on the end I'm not. You know, I'm just hiding something inside myself. So I'm most of the time I see the guy and I think like, no, it's not gonna be work. He doesn't like me. Probably, he doesn't see me how beautiful I am or how smart I am or whatever. So I sabotage myself to just make the end of the relationship so easy and like cut them off, you know, so protect myself. I'm gonna be on the end not crying anymore or not disappoint somehow. It's like that.
So do you think now, seeing this maybe a little bit even more clearly, that you can attempt to be more yourself, do you think? Now that this is I put this, as I said to you, as a pillar, a chief requirement to be able to have a successful relationship, which is what we all want, a successful relationship. We don't want a relationship to nosedive. We want a successful relationship. And now we've put this in focus rather than just something vaguely in the background. Do you think that there's anything you can do to bridge that gap, to be more authentic when you meet a new person, let's say? Or even when you're with someone that you've been with for a while and you think, well, now's the time, I'm going to show them what I'm really like? Is there something you could do that would make that happen?
Yeah. It's most of the time when I just spend time with the other person and I just can trust to this person and I just truly believe that person don't want to hurt me, doesn't want to hurt me anymore. Then I open it and I just show them who I am and they love it. They actually love it.
Sure, of course, yeah.
Because I'm a very funny person. I do like the spontaneous things. So I hope so. I'm not like miserable person. I just always positive. I see the positive in things. So after the time, I think I can open myself and be authentic, and I'm really happy and glad they really appreciate that and love it.
So this is very interesting. I would like to know from you whether there's some way that you can sense or use your intuition, whether the person you're with at some point you may feel relaxed enough to start to reveal the real Kasia. And how does that, how is there a moment when you think to yourself, wow, maybe I can trust this guy with the real me? How does that work?
It's like the intuition of that. So I can feel it like I feel more relaxed. Okay. And we also, like, as a woman, we have good intuition, like gut feelings or something. Okay. Like it's something happened behind. We know that. We straight away know. So, yeah. I think my body can send a signal to me, like it's something wrong. I had that before many times, but I didn't listen to my body, so I just end up as I end up.
Yeah, but I think we all do that. We all do that. We get messages, but do we follow the message? That's the question.
We just never, because we don't know what's No, right now, yes, when I'm just learn my lesson, I know. So maybe that's happened. So I supposed to stop here, and just look at this guy if he's truly honest with me. But if I feel like I can trust him and I feel comfortable with him and I know I can call him anytime with my problem, he's gonna be there to help me, happy to help me, then I open myself for him.
Yeah. Well, that makes perfect sense what you're saying, and that's actually, this leads us into another pillar of my book, because because I think we've talked about the importance of being able to drop that mask and be yourself, whatever that means. This is very helpful for me, actually, in terms of explaining the primary pillar of my book. Because what I'm saying is that in order to have a successful relationship, you need to be open, both of you, to helping the other person. And helping them with what? With the things you just talked about. The fact that, we all have problems. We all have things from the past that maybe are not completely resolved. Maybe hurtful things that have happened to us, hurtful things that people have said to us that are still there, sitting there. And we want to talk about it, because if we are holding on to unexpressed, not just emotions, but unexpressed things that we want to say, then that in itself is an obstacle. So tell me what you think.
Yeah, of course. And for me, it's the most important thing to feel comfortable to say about my problems and my private life to my partner without any feeling like he's not interesting of my part of my life, because it's happened to me many times as well. Yeah. So for me, if we're both sharing with that kind of the information about our life, about our problems, our bills, whatever is this, it's make a foundation of this relationship, because we feel safe together. Yeah. And we respect our decision. He can help me with something, and I'm gonna be respect that he's even think about my problems and try to resolve.
Because you've spoken to me often about the fact that you see yourself in most of these relationships you've had over time as the fixer, as the person who is sensitive, empathetic, and wants to help the other person. Yeah. That's you. That's how you that's your role. You see yourself as that's your role. So that's a tick, right? That box is ticked. But then you've told me that you've been disappointed so many times because the other person isn't reciprocating. The other person's not doing anything, you said to me. It's just absorbing all your lovely helping energy. And what are they doing? So how does that work or not work?
So basically, when I chose a partner, it was I tried to figure out why I need to fix him. What's happened to him? So it's the part of the work, or he was a little bit fat, or whatever it was. So I sent him to the gym. He was happy, someone sent me to the gym, or I helped him to find another better job, whatever it was. And
you completely re-engineered his whole life by the sound of it.
Because he was happy, someone oh, she's seen me, she wants to help me, and on the end, when I asked him about can you help me with something or whatever, it was no, you're doing very well on your own, so why I have to help you? So on the end, I was disappointed of this. I need help as well. I am a woman, so I start to feel I'm a man in this relationship.
Interesting.
I am the provider now.
Interesting.
So when my job was done with him, I actually losing the interest because I didn't get anything back, you know. Yeah. So I failed.
You failed. Yeah. Well, maybe he failed.
Yeah, on the end, he.
Maybe it was him.
Not me, but.
I think this is very interesting, and this wasn't something that I was particularly planning on covering today, but I would like to mention that this is something that I feel very strongly that from a societal point of view. So rather than just personal relationships that we're talking about, but that women are really working overtime these days. And everybody agrees with this. This is not controversial. Women are doing, forget 2 jobs, more like 3 jobs. And the man goes to work and he comes home and he goes, oh God, that was such a hard day. And he flops on the sofa. And he does actually maybe cook a meal occasionally, and maybe he helps a little bit with the childcare or planning the holiday or something. But actually, who's really doing all the work?
Yeah.
Who? Tell me.
We as a woman, that's true. So I've been in this situation as well. So actually now the second of my relationship, I just put the boundary of that. So I set the boundary, and I said clearly, like, we share the responsibility at home. So you can cook, I can clean. or whatever was that, and he was very happy about that. So so I do the progress in my life.
So interesting. So you actually responded to that whole thing by being quite directive in a way,
Yes.
by saying, look, this isn't working, we're going to really share this out equally. And then he actually he could relate to that.
Yes.
And things were good on that level, at least. Yeah. Perfect. Wow, I haven't heard that word for a long time in that context, I have to say. So but I think it's very common because let's face it, 25 years, 30 years ago, the work that women did was quite secondary often, or not very demanding. Whereas now women are doing the heavy, demanding, high-powered jobs that men used to be monopolizing. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, I see that actually.
So they're doing a high-powered job. They're not just working in a supermarket or being an assistant at the school in the school dinners, or I don't know. This is working in an office just doing admin. They're doing really big, demanding jobs these days because they've been to university, they've got degrees, and they're going to use those skills. But they're also taking the lion's share of all the domestic stuff and the child stuff. Most of it they're doing. I mean, the man is helping, okay.
Just a bit, yeah.
A bit, here and there. But let's face it, she's doing most of it.
Yeah.
But you had this one time when it was more equal, you say?
It was more equal, yeah. But still, I felt like as a man in this relationship, because of the rest that was missing, you know what I mean? Like, they must be equal everything. Like, he must be the provider, look after family, help family, but also I would like to feel like as a woman. I want to stay in my feminine energy.
Yeah, this is exactly, just to continue on this idea that the not just the personal successful relationships side of it, but the actual, from a more societal point of view. I've been looking at this in quite a lot of detail and researching this, and this is exactly what I found. It's so fascinating talking with you today because women seem to be feeling this loss of femininity.
Yes.
Because they are working in these more demanding jobs like a man. They're doing a lot of organising and directing and taking big decisions. So they are becoming, in that sense, more like a man, like the words you used, more masculine. And this is... Anyway, look, this is another volume that we're going to cover another day, perhaps. We'll have you back and we'll look at this a little bit more closely. So let's just get back to this thing of helping each other, which I think is the crucial pillar, the cornerstone in a way. Because if you don't get this right, it's never going to work long term. Because the situation you describe will happen. And the whoever the fixer is, because it could be the man, gets fed up with it all. Because they're doing even more work, extra work.
Yeah, that must be equal, that, as you said. In a relationship, helping each other, like, I think more like supporting each other as well. Yeah.
I mean, some people are not very good at that. They're not very good listeners. Yeah. They're not very good at feeling the other person where they're at.
It's even not respond right for the needs. If I need something like helps. Can you help me with whatever? It's like, listen, I feel today very low. Something happened in my work. Can you listen to me? Can you help me? Like, can I told you like that to feel
it's
better? And he the response is not now.
Yeah.
Later.
Yeah.
It's quite like, okay, but I need you now.
Yeah.
We are together now. I always listen to you when you need me. So.
Yeah. Well, we come back to that thing that I mentioned just now. That if you've got something that you want to say and it's unexpressed, that is what we call the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room is this big thing that is taking up all this room, all this space, but everyone's pretending there's no elephant. It's a strange thing. Okay, so I think this vindicates my insistence, if you like, on this being the primary pillar of a successful relationship. And I think a lot of people don't realise this. You know, they just don't realise how important this is. They think that the physical attraction is important, and of course it is. Chemistry, affinity, being interested in the same things is really important. But these are all important. But without this particular foundation, I am arguing in the book, it's not going to work. It might work for a while, but it's not going to work. And we have to develop ways, if we're not very good, as usually it's men that are not very good, at feeling, at being empathetic, at being wanting to know what's going on with you. We have to maybe help people with that. And that's one of the things I'm thinking of incorporating with the book is some courses, perhaps, some experiences that people can have to begin to open up more to their partner. Well, we've covered quite a lot of ground already, but there is one more essential element that I'm arguing for that's required to have the best chance of ending up, if you like, with a successful relationship. And we have talked about this in the past, you and I. And that no matter how good your communication is, and no matter how many things you enjoy doing together, and your communication is healthy. You know, you can discuss things that maybe you don't really want to discuss, but you're going to discuss them anyway, because you know that's going to help your relationship to be strong. But there's this third element, which I think also is, particularly as the relationship develops. I mean, this is not so important at the very beginning, but it is to do with facing in the same direction together. So rather than be consumed by each other, as we say, looking in each other's eyes all the time, we say, let's face in a different direction. Let's face outwards. Let's look at the world. Let's see if there's some project, is the word I use, but it doesn't have to be that word. But let's see if there's something that we can do together that will influence the world, the outside. It doesn't have to be a community thing. It could be that you decide you're going to redesign your garden, and you focus on that, and you put time and energy into this creation. And I think that, as I said at the very beginning, it can really enrich your relationship if you're not always focusing on each other. Now, what do you think?
But this could be very funny and very refreshing to the relationship. So I think so it's really good. And then we start to look at each other different way, you know, because they we can develop some new hobbies or something new, or we can bring some memories about this, what we're doing right now, so we can share the history or memories with the other person. Also, when we do something together, we both need to put the same effort, so it's equal.
Yeah, okay.
And I think it's fantastic.
Yeah,
I really love to do that
Yeah.
together, like even to do the gathering, whatever. It's such a fun, and I think they make our more close to each other.
Yeah, well, I think so. I mean, and I mean, have you ever tried? Have you ever got to the stage in a relationship in the past where you've tried to bring your partner into something that you would like to do, maybe, or something that needs to happen? And what happened? What happened in that situation?
Yeah, I just been with my. It was my first boyfriend that I just. All of things that I was fancy about, I just put on him, and he was like, even I saw his grumpy face, like, I don't want to do this. He done that for me, and then he loved it. You know, it was so funny. Even the walk with the dogs or whatever, it was like going cinema. He hates cinema, so we start going to cinema, watch the movie or whatever. he started to love it, but we was teenagers, so it was different thing. Now, I think traveling or something like to explore new things. So right now I do that with my son.
Yeah, right.
And I see he's a boy.
Yeah.
And he start to love it. And
Yeah.
I see like everyone can change the mind if they try and they can see if they like or not.
Well, this is great because this is all reinforcing my argument, if you like. My all my three pillars, as I call them, you have responded with a tick in each box, saying yes, these are really important to me. So let me wind up with you now by asking you whether you have formulated a specific requirement, or even maybe several, that you now know that you're going to be looking for when you meet someone potentially as a relation. You're going to be thinking, have they got this quality and this quality? I'm going to be looking, because if they haven't, it's a no.
Yeah.
So can you tell me what that might be? Have you reached that place yet where you can define it clearly?
I was thinking about this a lot, and it's so hard to find the one.
Could be two.
One thing. And
could be three.
It could be common because it's like everyone gonna be say the same, like me.
Well, let's see. Tell me.
Yeah. It's not about how the person looking, but
Okay.
it's still fancy about something. So they must be like some part of the looking, like they must look after themselves. So
Okay.
then I know
Okay.
he can also look after myself.
Right. Okay. So you want someone that you know does take care of themselves,
Yeah.
because then they'll maybe take care of you also. So that is important to you.
So it is, but it's not the most important. So don't take
Okay.
me wrong.
But what would you say if I said to you now, tell me the most important thing? What's your most important requirement in a relationship? What would you say?
I think the most for me, I want to feel safe next to that person.
Okay.
So that's the most important. They not ignoring me when I ask about something or when I tell them about my situation or something.
Yeah.
They not vanish.
Yeah.
So I want to feel safe.
So really, for you, it feels to me like safety is them being there for you. They're not going to forsake you, which is a very big... I mean, I'm not saying they would ever forsake you, of course not. But, they're not going to just kind of leave you high and dry to just deal with stuff yourself. They're going to be there for you. Is that accurate, do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think...
I like that. I like that. Being there for the other. Just being there.
Yeah.
It sounds like nothing, but it's a lot, right?
In these days, it's a lot.
It's a lot, isn't it?
I ask for too much, I think.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, if you can't be there for your partner, then what's the point, really?
Yeah.
No?
For me, it's I want to feel like I can call him and ask, are you fancy to go to cinema with me on Saturday? And he will respond, yeah, I would love to. That's the guy I'm looking for.
Okay, all right. Well, I've learnt a lot. I hope you've learnt something.
A lot, thank you.
Oh, great, okay. And I wish you the very best in your endeavours to find the right person to go forward in your life.
Thank you so much.
Okay, it's been great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I do hope you enjoyed that. I certainly enjoyed making it and engaging with the interviewee. So do like us if you liked, and do subscribe. And also comments are appreciated. Any feedback is great. And get in touch. And I look forward to a publication date of the book, which is going to accompany this series.